So there are signs today that tells us we're going to see a major cryptocurrency bull market in 2025. And if you've been following these first few days of 2025, you've seen that the market is looking hella bullish today, with a lot of coins pumping, and especially meme coins, a lot of them recovering and kind of seeing a lot of hype around them back. And we're starting to see, especially with the larger market cap meme coins, we're starting to see them coming back to life finally after what we've seen end of 2024. Now we're starting to see slowly that momentum starting to build up, so we do really want to pay attention to that. But most importantly, this tells us that 2025 might be finally what we really been waiting for, but we really need to look at if that's gonna be the case or not. And we want to really see what Bitcoin dominance is doing. This is very important, especially with Bitcoin now bouncing back up at 98,000 USA dollars now. So it looks like Bitcoin is recovering, going back to its previous all-time high, which now really solidified the point I made in the previous video, where we are now here. It's really similar to it, and we are repeating it, where we're seeing this bounce back, and now we're seeing it playing out again. If we come back here, we're seeing the bounce back right here to really form the same exact structure that we seen in 2021 or the beginning of 2021. Now the second thing that is really bullish right now, and I know a lot of people are not looking at it, and especially because it's also very technical and it's boring and it's not really the thing you want to be looking at, right? But I was looking at it this morning, and it's especially the global liquidity index, which tells you basically how much money is in everyone's pockets right now, and especially the economy, and how much people are willing to invest into stocks, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, fart coins, bot coins, and all that stuff. How many people are willing to do that? So basically, when the global liquidity index starts to go up or trend higher, means that we have more money in the system. More people are willing to buy fart coins and bot coins. So when it goes up, something very interesting starts to happen, or did happen in the previous cycle. And as soon as this started to really trend higher, we started to see weakness on that Bitcoin dominance. But what's shocking here is the bottom on that global liquidity signaled the top on Bitcoin dominance, which basically that was the top for some time on the Bitcoin dominance. As you can see, it never really reached or went above that level since the global liquidity started going higher. And now we're still seeing this global liquidity contracting and going down, especially since we've seen the Feds are not going to cut rates, or at least they said they won't, but I do personally think they will have to, especially that they can't really sustain those high rates for longer, which means I'm very confident this global liquidity is pretty much bottomed here, and we're gonna start to see it start to turn back up, which means also this is pretty much the top for Bitcoin dominance, and which also means 2025 is going to be a major altcoin season fueled year. So for now, today, Bitcoin dominance is going down still here today. That's why we're seeing a lot of recovery in the market. We're seeing altcoins doing very, very well. We're seeing Bitcoin as well going up. But if Bitcoin dominance is going down, this means also ETH is going up. So we're seeing ETH showing a lot of strength as well, 3,600 for ETH. And that's as well the second thing we really look at, as we really want ETH to break above its previous all-time high, which is that almost 5,000 or 5K. And we pretty much could be really forming the bottom, or that was the bottom for ETH here. And we'll start to see, and probably going to start to see now 2025 being the year of altcoins, especially that we're seeing real majors now leading the way, like ETH, like top altcoins, top meme coins are leading the way, which means sooner or later the mid caps and the low caps are gonna start moving as well. So that's something that's really making me feel super bullish today and excited about 2025. It looks like 2025 is doing what we want it to do, which it being a real strong year for altcoins. Now, if we look at that Bitcoin dominance, I do think we're gonna see now slowly Bitcoin dominance now really like squeezing up here, and then finally seeing that real drops as soon as the global liquidity starts to move higher, which basically now here, the plan is, these are still best times to be accumulating as long as the Bitcoin dominance is here and as long as the global liquidity is looking like that going down. So because as soon as it's going to start to go up, money is going to be cheap, which means it's not good to be into money like USD. So as soon as the global liquidity is going to go up, the value of the USD goes down and the value of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies goes up. So talking about that, one thing really people like to look at is the DXY or the dollar index. as well, this tracks the global liquidity pretty much the opposite way. As you can see, if the global liquidity pools are high, the DXY pools are low, and when as well the DXY pools are high, the global liquidity pools are low again, and it keeps going like that. So this as well could be the top for the dollar, which means dollar is gonna lose value, which means cryptocurrencies are gonna gain value. This pretty much is another thing to look at, and when it comes to how 2025 will play out. And that's very important to remember time as well, because a lot of people now feel like there is not much happening still in the market. We're just getting started with 2025. Now, today we're seeing some moves happen in the market. Not much moves that will get people excited. Those are not the moves that really gets everyone's excited yet, because it's still not that much of a move. Let's say now Pepe is up, let's say 4% or 5% the last 24 hours, but 22% on the week, which is not bad, but it's not the thing that's gonna get people excited. The last time Pepe made a huge move, so the last time Pepe made a huge move was back in November, which basically was that short-lived altcoin season that we've seen with XRP pumping, with other altcoins pumping. But this was a very massive move that got a lot of people excited, kind of triggered the FOMO back, which was almost a 4x move. That's not to be taken lightly. So now the thing is, a lot of people are still not excited about 2025, and a lot of things are showing that 2025 is going to be very, very bullish for crypto, and we're going to start to see a lot of moves playing out in the market, and a lot of stronger moves that really are going to get a lot of people excited, are going to trigger FOMO back into the market, and are going to especially bring in more people. And that's what we really are waiting for, more retail to come in. Those retail are going to flock into these meme coins and start buying these meme coins and start driving the prices higher. And most importantly, what we really want to be doing today, if you're watching today's video, if we are here in the market, even though it's boring, even though it's not very exciting, what you really want to understand is that we are early to something big. We're earlier than a lot of people. And if you were here in 2021, you know exactly what I talk about, which this part of the cycle and this part of the cycle were very exciting. And a lot of people came in here late and felt like they came in late, and it was not the greatest feeling ever. So even though when you are early and you are somewhere here and you feel bored and it's kind of, you can't wait to see the pumps, but remember that coming in late is the worst feeling ever. And that's what we're playing for now. We're playing for this massive move to bring in those latecomers that are going to be the ones now pumping the charts and buying up the charts. And when I say newcomers, I don't just include retail and everyday people. Usually we see also a lot of these online gurus, these dropshipping gurus, these stock traders, and you see a lot of hedge funds, a lot of companies as well that now see what Michael Saylor is doing, are going to start to jump in. A lot of people from all around the world and from all backgrounds are gonna come and join into that hype as soon as we're gonna get it, as soon as we're gonna see those major gains that are actually exciting enough to bring in those people. So this is very important to keep in mind when the markets are really boring, or at least they're not doing what we're really expecting to do, especially now we just started 2025. So a lot of people are gonna be on the clock now waiting for the bags to start pumping, because now we're in 2025. So really 2025 is beginning as we really wanted to see begin, with slow gains, slow pumps. Things are slowly heating up, boiling up, while the market or the real sentiment, social sentiment, is not yet there. We're not seeing a lot of people coming back. We're not seeing a lot of excitement when you go to social media, or like when you go to Twitter, most importantly, where a lot of those crypto dudes reside. We're not seeing a lot of excitement still. So this is important as well to keep in mind, is that 2025 is starting exactly like we wanted. Our bags are packed and we're waiting for the real major euphoria to start. Now, one thing as well to keep in mind is the fear and greed index has been very, very accurate recently at telling us what's going on. And we can see, let's drag this a bit here. So you see what's going on here is the fear and greed index really topped in March, or went into this like extreme greed here around March. And this was pretty much the top for all or most meme coins. Now, Pepe had a top in March, but then did a second top in May. But if we look at the total too, which is as well another thing you want to look at when it comes to altcoins, the total too basically really marked the tops on crypto or altcoins. So basically this is all cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin as well topped in March, and now we've seen another top in December or November. So basically the fear and greed as well did the same thing. Fear and greed went to extreme greed in March, which was as well the top here March, and then it did as well recently this November December top here as well, as reflected here November December top. But now we are recovering. You're seeing that the total 2 or the total 3 or others, whatever index that tracks altcoins that we can look at today, will have a recovery or strong recovery today, while the fear and greed index is still kind of in this neutral zone, or as you can see here, like you can see here, it's back to its summer lows or November before the previous pump. So that's very important to keep in mind, is that this is a way the market recalibrate itself and rebalance itself from greed to fear. And while the prices are grinding up higher, the fear and greed index will swing from extreme greed to neutral to fear sometimes, while the prices are not going to drop that much once it goes to fear. So that's how it rebalances the market and kind of bring in another boost. So that's something as well to keep in mind, which is very healthy right now, to see that the prices are moving up while the fear and greed index is still in its neutral state, which is very important to keep in mind. So those are all very good things to see right now in the market. So you got maybe a month left now before real things starts to pick up. So keep that in mind. And as for how long this will last, I would say that as soon as we're gonna break above previous all-time high on ETH, on others, on total 2, on total 3, as soon as we're gonna do that, we got as well around 6 to 12 months of real altcoin hype in mania, which is gonna be very crazy, very euphoric, a lot of greed, a lot of things are pumping, a lot of money made. So you really want to pay attention to 2025. Keep that in mind. If you were not really super into cryptocurrency, now is the time to really pay attention to the market. As well, don't forget to subscribe to support the channel, as well as to stay updated as with what's going on here. I'm gonna make sure to keep you guys updated. I'm building as well a list of strong altcoins and meme coins that I'm gonna be really big on this 2025, as I do think we're gonna really enter this real believers market, where you really want to believe onto a list of, let's say, 5 to 10 coins, and you want to stick to those, because the market is gonna always try to bring in new opportunities, and the market is always gonna try to grab up liquidity from the disbelievers and people that are just jumping from coin to coin, which never make it. So that's very important to keep in mind, is to have a strong thesis going on ahead. So I'm gonna make sure to keep you guys updated with that. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.